Hey, before I kick off the podcast, I just want to shout out Next Door Clothing. Next Door, a clothing brand based out of Bondi in Sydney. They're making really nice jeans and shirts and hats. So go and check out their full range at nextdoorsydney.com. They're also artists, so you can go and check out a range of art. They put on rad parties, and I love what they're doing. So nextdoorsydney.com for the full range. Okay, we're rolling, boys. Okay. We're good, everyone? Okay, so here we go. This is for Clementine and Otis. All right, this episode is brought to you by Kingpin Skate Supply. Go to kingpinstore.com. That's KINGPINSTORE.com. And at checkout, use code THT and you'll get a 15% discount. Kingpin have a sick range of boards, hardware, wheels, apparel, and shoes. Shoes for days, Marlon. Days.
Goddamn.
Yeah, so that's kingpinstore.com. And, yeah, they do free delivery for orders over $25 within Australia and also fast shipping worldwide. Also, a shout out to Crush Organics CBD products. Go to their website, crushorganics.com. That's KRUSHORGANICS.com, and suss out their range of oils and topicals. Like, this stuff is the best for recovery, reducing inflammation, relaxation, and sleep. It has no psychoactive agents such as THC. It's fully legal in most countries. And while you're at checkout, use code THT for 40% off. Yep, that's 40%. Terrible happy talks. Terrible happy talks.
Yeah, good to be here, man. Whoa. Dude, I'm pumped. Yeah. 3, 2, 1. Alright, do this.
Today's guest is Kieran Woolley. I literally don't know where to start with Kieran. I think the best way to describe Kieran is that he's not only living his dream, but also living the dream of many skateboarders, past, present, and future. Kieran is back in Australia after a long stint travelling overseas, which included doing things like representing Australia at the Tokyo Olympics, winning the Red Bull Cold Bowl event, and much, much more. And I should mention that Kieran also just won the Slam Magazine New Gen of the Year award. And at the moment, I think he might be one of the hardest working skateboarders in the world. That's how I feel, man. Yeah.
Thank you. Cheers.
And,
Means a lot.
No worries, bro. And today, Kieran is with me live and in person at Kingpin Skate Shop to share his journey, experiences, challenges, and hopes for the future. Mr. Kieran Woolley, welcome.
Thank you so much for having me. Glad to be here.
Brad, man, I'm so stoked to have you. And also a big shout out to this week's co-host, friend, photographer, and Slappy God, Mr. Ryan Grant.
Good afternoon, boys.
And
how you doing?
Extra special, we have the Marlon Roche corner of trivia.
Hi guys, it's Marlon here.
So I don't think this is the first time I've had 4 people on the podcast, Kieran. So this is special, man.
That's sick. Yeah. I'm hyped.
So listen, bro, you just got back from overseas. Was it the best time in your life so far?
It was unreal. I travelled everywhere, had the best time I've probably ever had, met so many amazing people, and learnt so much while I was at it.
Right, man. Like, when you say you met so many amazing people, was it only skateboarders that you felt were having an impact on you while you were over there?
Mostly skateboarders, but there was definitely people that were having an impact outside of the skateboard scene.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So you were, just give us a breakdown. So we'll start from the start. You were in Australia, skating hard, and then you went from Australia to where was your first stop on this last travel expedition? On
this last trip, I went from Oz and we flew into LA. We were staying in Oceanside for the first bit, skating TF every day for about a month. TF is a California training facility. It's a really good facility. All the pros go there, and it helps you improve a lot. From there, I went to Iowa for Dew Tour, what was the last Olympic qualification event, and yeah.
Right, and then when you so when you're in the training facility, like, just give us like an indication of like the vibe amongst the other Olympic athletes. Like, was it a heavy vibe, or was it everyone kind of relaxed and feeling pretty pretty good about it.
Leading up to Dew Tour, it was hectic. There was probably like 20 to 30 people in there every day. The whole Brazilian team was there, training all day, every day. All the Americans were in there. Everybody was pushing each other, and it was like a snake session 24/7.
Okay.
And then after Dew Tour, it kind of mellowed out because there was only, like, say, 20 people that were going to the Olympics. So the sessions from after Dew Tour to the Olympics were pretty mellow.
Right, okay. Because it was the first ever Olympics. Now, I've just got to give a bit of background here. You know, myself and Ryan and and probably your dad and people who've been skating for many, many, many years never thought we would see skateboarding in the Olympics. So it's kind of like you've really kind of touched a nerve with older skaters as well. Do you realise that?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, there's definitely people that don't like skateboarding in the Olympics, and that's usually the older crowd. But at the same time, there's an older crowd that do like it, and it's like, it's all for the best, I feel like. It puts skateboarding out there. It's made it a bit more mainstream, what some people won't like, but it's also brought money into skateboarding, brought lots of kids into skateboarding. It's showing everybody how amazing skateboarding is.
I was a little bit on the skeptical side, like, oh, it's not a sport, man. Skating's not a sport. It's an
I've
art.
definitely had that.
So you started at the training facility in Southern California.
Yep.
And then you were there until the Olympics.
Pretty much. After Dew Tour, we had a COVID scare at Dew Tour, and I didn't actually get to skate the event. So that was a bit annoying. And luckily, I was sitting in a good enough position to make it in, and I had enough points. So I ended up only just scraping in the qualification. And from there, Jack Fardell, he kind of took me under his wing and kind of coached me in a way. We were skating, not really coached, but we were just skating together all day, every day. He was helping me, and I was improving like crazy. We both were, and it was like the best times. We were just skating all day, and yeah, and that's kind of how I improved and got to the level I am.
Amazing.
Sorry, Kieran, how did Jack feel about the Olympics? Because I've known, well, Jack was like a little up-and-comer around the same age as Sammy Giles.
Yeah.
And I remember going down to Canberra, and he's a raw-ass skateboarder. So it'd be interesting to see, was he a fan, or was he not quite sure?
It was strange. I don't know really what he was thinking, but I remember coming into Dew Tour. It was the first Dew Tour about 3 or 4 years ago he competed in, and he didn't go that well, and he kind of didn't do any more of the Olympic competitions. And then I was really stoked to see him at the last Dew Tour, because he was there to try. If he got first or top 3, he would have made it into the Olympics.
Yeah, right.
So he was there going for that, and yeah, it was sick to see.
Right.
So I'm guessing
obviously
something changed his mind,
sure.
and he was keen on it.
Right. It's interesting. Okay, for those of you that are not aware, and myself included, like, can you just give us an insight into exactly what you had to do to qualify, in terms of how is the system created to get points? Like, I don't even really know.
Yeah, so basically,
where does it start?
Basically, I had to have the best time ever to qualify. I got to travel around the world skateboarding. I went to Brazil, China twice, Brazil twice, America a bunch of times, skated competitions in Australia, and just skating and traveling with my best friends and the best skaters around the world, and just pushing each other. So basically, each competition was ranked in tiers, say the World Cup being the highest. And from there, I think I ended up 14th at one of the World Cups, what gave me really good points. Well, meaning I was sitting in like 17th in the world, I think. What was, at the time, unbelievable. And then COVID kind of slowed everything down, and there wasn't comps for a while. And then when things started back up, I went to Dew Tour sitting in 17th, and yeah, I thought I needed to get into semi-finals to make it into the Olympics, but I got lucky, and the people that I thought were going to go well didn't.
Okay, interesting. So cool, because I guess what I'm curious to ask about is in the realm that you skate in, and it takes so much athletic ability, especially skating those larger transitions. So you're not necessarily a vert skater, but you skate a lot of vert bowls with the combination of like street elements. For those that are unaware, because I do have non-skateboarders that listen to the podcast, I want to make sure people understand that. What is what does your physical training regime look like outside of just skateboarding?
My physical training has slowed down a lot. Before Tokyo, I was going to physio twice a week, doing physical training twice a week. I was doing a lot of mental training, as well as skating 8 hours a day, and just trying to learn as many new tricks as I could. I wrote down a bunch of stuff everybody else could do, and was trying to learn it and become as good at it I could. And I was just also new tricks that not many people had done before. I was trying to learn that to a new one.
What was a new learn?
A new one I was working on would have been, say, Rune Glifberg does switch shove tail slides a lot. I was trying to get them before Tokyo.
Sick.
But I didn't end up getting them.
Okay.
not I got them, but not good enough to.
What about this one?
Guys, I'm I don't want you.
What about this one?
SSBSTS.
Can you do that?
Switch stance backside tail slide.
Just claim it.
You got the end. You're right. You're right. Can you do switch stance backside tail slides?
I think I've done a few on quarter pipes, not on a ledge.
Sick.
Yeah.
It still counts.
I don't know.
I want to talk a little bit about your independent trucks part, because I just loved it personally.
Thank you.
And traditionally, I think you're sort of more recognised globally as a bowl skater and as a park skater, correct?
Yep.
But it had some heavy street elements in it. Is that something you were really working on for that part?
To an extent. I was kind of just going out, filming. If we went to a rail or went to a street spot, I'd try to skate it, and I ended up getting a few things I was pretty hyped on. I feebled a pretty decent-sized rail, did a few other things.
How many stairs was that? Did you?
I don't know, maybe 14 or something. I think it was a 7 flat 7.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ruthless.
Oh, so it had a flat. I didn't realise it was a double flat.
Yeah, it had a little flat. It wasn't a big flat, but it had a little flat.
I could kind of see, when you landed, you look quite relieved, I must say. say the crooked grind, and you chest the rail.
Yeah.
That was still had some serious ferocity to it.
Yeah.
That back feeble, it looked like it.
The back feeble.
Serious.
I bombed the hill after, and I couldn't walk. When I was I couldn't get up the hill. I was in so much pain. The try before I landed it, I flew to flat and jarred my knee almost, and I didn't skate for I think a week and a half to 2 weeks after that trick.
Wow. Yeah, so that feeble was a battle though.
Yeah, it was a little battle. It was I think we went at 7:30 a.m. because it's on the main road of Coogee Beach.
Okay.
So it's just
Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to live in Clovelly, and I thought I recognised that rail.
Have you looked at it?
I have, and it is.
What do you got on it, Marlon?
Maybe an SSBSTS, but
That's a slide view I'd like to see.
SSBSTS. Slappy front crook, maybe?
No.
You could do a slappy front.
Yeah,
crook.
slappy crook for
Maybe
sure.
slappy crooks, not front crooks. Anyway.
Just a huge front crook.
Ryan can slappy anything. He hates it when I say that. Look, he gets so angry at me.
Let's talk about this part.
Dude, he's so angry with me.
How long did it take you to film that, Kieran?
Yeah, how long?
I filmed it in about 2 months, I'd say.
Going out every day?
Pretty much, yeah. 80% of it was filmed while I was in Gold Coast on a mission with Wade McLaughlin. And we were kind of just skating every day. We went out to Nimbin, hitting all the parks, hitting street spots, went up to Brizzy, and it was really cool. And then the Sydney part was filmed probably a month before that. Yeah.
Knocked it out. That's super quick.
Yeah. They kind of all just fell together. There was a bunch of unused clips too.
Yeah, it was about 10 minutes at least of raw stuff, maybe longer.
Yeah.
I've got to know, Kieran, again, I don't want to talk all about the Olympics, and I'm sure you're probably sick of talking about it. You probably get asked all the time. But, I mean, it's just such a big deal, let's face it. You're an Australian skateboarder, one of the first ever.
Yeah, it's pretty unreal.
It's it's a legacy that'll be in our country forever, Do you realise the weight of that legacy?
I don't think it's fully sunk in to me yet, but I understand it's a huge deal, and how highly people work their whole lives just to make it to the Olympics. And I don't know, I didn't really find it skateboarding its work. I was just having fun, but I got there, and I'm going to try go 2024 for sure.
Dude, that brings a tear to my eye when you said, I'm just having fun. I really think that's what skateboarders brought to the Olympics. How many sports, like especially in the girls' event, when the boys, the men's event too was so supportive of each other, but to see all those young girls supporting each other, cheering each other, cuddling each other, and they're all competitors. Like, tell me how many Olympic events do that?
Yeah, the girls was on another level. They were showing such good sportsmanship for like a single person sport.
Was it weird, like being in an arena with no crowd though?
Yeah, I thought that was going to wig me out a lot more than it did. I was like, because I feed off the crowd and feed off the energy of the crowd a lot. Yeah, my bad.
That's all right.
I feed off the energy of the crowd a lot, and I thought it was just going to be weird being silent, but it was really cool because all the girls and all the coaches and like other people from other sports came out to watch it. So it was really funny. Like on my first air of my first run in the finals, I just remember like flying up and everybody's cheering and it goes quiet while I'm in the air. I land, it's like, hey. I was like, that was sick.
Sounds very special.
We got to talk about the other thing that happened when you hit the camera, dude.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Which, you were skating. Like, the skating was the most epic thing, but I think people outside of skating saw that and were like, whoa.
Yeah, I feel like that clip went crazy. Everybody I talked to saw it or something, and it was going on a lot of Instagram, a lot of websites and all that jazz. It was pretty cool to see.
I can't believe you actually just pulled it and hung on to that one.
Yeah.
I guess at the skate
I'm glad the cameraman, he almost hit his head, and
he got
glad
smoked.
I'm glad he didn't drop the camera or anything.
That's nice.
That thing would have been expensive.
Again, like, let's face it, he was in the way.
A little bit.
He was. Like, he's like...
I wasn't planning on going off the back, though, either.
I know. Oh, you weren't? It looked like you were trying to do a 5-0 transfer.
I was trying to go off the end of the rail, not over the other side.
Just hung on.
Okay.
But I was going that way, so I stayed on my board.
Just like improvised.
Yeah.
Yeah, not falling, not bailing ever.
Nah. No, not a chance. You're in the Olympics, can't bail.
That's it, dude. Actually, speaking of bailing, I watched a replay of the Stephen Bradbury ice skating event. Did you ever hear about that at the Winter Olympics? The Australian ice skater who was losing the finals.
Which was 20 years ago.
20 years ago.
Yeah. And he, everybody else fell, and he won.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny as.
Well, aside from like a skateboarder from Illawarra being in the Olympics, that was the second best thing that's ever happened at the Olympics, in my opinion.
Did you watch the dude in the street getting smoked? Oh,
No.
Thank you, by the way.
No worries, bro.
But there's a dude in the street that was skating he was doing like a backflip down the rail, and he like flew off and like got sacked vertically. It was so gnarly.
You didn't see that, Marlon?
I actually missed it. And
Dude.
it sounds like I missed it. It's not a bad thing.
It was insane.
Sounds ruthless. It's like that Letitia Buffoni slam. She goes to gap front lip and just her back foot comes off
And just gets
slaps,
smoked.
like,
Yeah.
Actually, while you bring that up, so I want to talk about your new board sponsor.
Yeah.
Now, some might say, like, leaving a sponsor such as Santa Cruz is a pretty big deal because they're an amazing company. So what prompted the move? What helped make your decision?
There's a lot of different things. Mainly, like, Santa Cruz is sick and Santa Cruz is family, but I watched a few people turn pro, and they've got such a big team. I wanted to be part of something like a bit smaller, where I'd be like one of the only dudes on the team, and like you're that person on Monarch.
Absolutely.
So I was like, it's super cool, and the people that Letitia and Sky are legends, and it's Casper, the dude running the whole thing, is amazing. He was the Nike SB team. He started Nike SB like 20 years ago, or however long ago it was, and he created the whole entire team.
Amazing.
Yeah, to the point where it is now.
I think it's an amazing move. And I also really respect and love the fact that Letitia and Sky have done this and branched out on their own as young, strong women.
Yeah,
in business, in a very, I hate to say, in a very male-dominated sport. And I think that's one area of skateboarding that needs to improve.
Yeah.
It's very gender-heavy with males. So I really
sure.
respect that too.
There's it's under dwindle, the distribution dwindle.
The best.
So all the boards are amazing, like so damn good, and they don't break somehow.
Going back to your early days, like, tell everyone where you grew up and what that was like.
I grew up in a little town called Minamara, just 30 minutes south of Wollongong. It's an amazing place. Surfed almost every day. Followed my dad around motorbike riding a heaps. He was competitive as. And yeah, kind of just when my dad broke his neck surfing, I got into skating a bit more, and then Ryan picked me up.
I think that having a variety of homies is really good. Having older crew, younger crew, everyone in between. That's what I had, and I think it really helped shape how I view my skateboarding. And I think it's really interesting, Kieran, that you said, you liked the idea of being on a smaller company. I think it's very mature to think about your identity and like how people perceive that in the world of professional skating, because you are quite young and they are like very big decisions to make. So, I think you should feel really happy and confident with your decision making. It's a really cool thing.
Yeah, I'm stoked. I feel like I definitely made the right move, and everything we're doing, going on trips, we're filming a video that should be getting released in about less than a month. And yeah, with all the AMs, there's going to be clips of Diego, Sky and Letitia in there too. It's going to be sick.
What's Diego's last name, sorry?
Nahara, isn't it?
Nahara, yeah.
Man's got nollie trays.
Dude, he's so good. It's insane.
Insane. So growing up in Minamara, like you said, you're riding motorbikes with your dad. Unfortunately, your dad had a neck injury from surfing.
Yeah.
He's okay now.
Yeah, he's sweet now.
Yeah.
Still rides motos.
Still charges.
Still charges. He's actually he's sitting on the floor going, don't look at me, don't acknowledge me.
Yeah, nah, he charges. I went from competing motorbike riding to chilling out in that a bit more. Then I started surfing competitively, just like little comps, went to state a few times. And while doing that, there was like these things called smooth stars. I don't know if you know what they are.
I know what they are.
But yeah, I was just skating around on them all the time, practicing my surfing on the concrete, and then
on trannies.
Yeah, then I started dropping in, like carving the transition and stuff. And then I remember it was my mate Charlie Rogers and Shay Conti, and we were went up for one of his birthdays to Sydney. And I rocked up with a skateboard and a scooter, and he's like, nah, no scooters. And that was the day. Never got back on one.
Did your brother Dan start skating with you at the same time, or?
He did, I think, but he didn't really get into it until probably 3 or 4 years ago. He's skating so good now.
Who does better hard flips, you or him?
Him for sure. I can't hard flip.
I seen him do a hard flip at Berkeley. I just went, oh, what did I just see?
Man's got stank legs.
He's got
which is an excellent thing.
Stank legs.
Yes.
It's a fantastic thing.
People know that.
Yeah.
Super good.
I want to actually tap into your role as a big brother, actually, because, I remember when I was growing up, I had my little brother, and I wanted to skate, and he wanted to skate too, but I was like, hey, skating's my vibe. You stick to whatever it is you do. I skate.
Yeah.
Was it like that with you? Or were you like, yeah, come skate?
It's a little bit like that, but not really, actually, because it's just if I was going into the city when I was younger, I would not want Daniel to come with me because it's my thing, I'm with my mates. But if we go into the skate park, I'm like, yeah, come on. And now I'm trying to get Daniel on all the trips I'm going on, trying to get him to film a part, trying to get him to do all the right stuff.
Right.
Just showing him the ropes almost.
Yeah, because you've got some experience now.
A little bit, not too much though. Still learning every day.
Here's a question: do you feel like the industry can be sharky? Okay.
Yeah, to an extent.
Are you to an extent? I'm not trying to take advantage of you.
Yeah.
Okay, but I guess the point I'm trying to make is have you seen that side of being in the skate industry now?
A little bit. I get so many people hitting me up for just they're stupid deals. It's that's not worth it for me one bit.
Do you have a manager?
Yeah, I got a manager.
Cool.
Yeah.
So
Corbin Harris. Well.
Corbin. No way, dude. Yeah, he would definitely have some knowledge for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Learn a lot with him. He's showed me a lot of stuff.
So would you say it's kind of like Corbin, Jack, and maybe your parents helping with these big decisions at the moment? Or
definitely Corbin, Jack, my dad, my mum, and then Stu Brown also has a big influence. That's Sky's dad.
Yeah.
So I hang out with him a lot in America and go surfing with him, all that stuff, and he's very knowledgeable and has got Sky so many good deals and has done such great things with Sky, I feel like.
Yeah.
And yeah, and now I'm trying to get Sky to film a part.
Sick, dude.
Can I ask, how long have you known Sky? Like,
I met her in Sydney probably like 5 years ago, and then one trip out to America, we hung out a fair bit. And then, yeah, just through skating, I got to know her more and more. Ended up surfing with her heaps. Dad and Stu always got on the beers, so, yeah.
Really? I thought you were clean living, Mark. Right? Just give us a bit. Actually, because is it in the gene pool? Like, wasn't your dad like some professional motocross rider?
Yeah, he did a bit of everything. Rock climbed around the world, like insane stuff. Traveled for like 5 years, more than 5 years probably. I don't even know how long. And then got into motorbike riding. Went to like Africa, did all that stuff. It's insane at that. I think it was like one of the best enduro motorbike riders for his group. And yeah.
Have you heard of the Rad Dads Club?
Yeah.
Glenn Scott. Yeah, he started.
Marcos.
Yeah. did Glenn send you a T-shirt, Mark? We're going to get him to get you a T-shirt. You need a Rad Dads Club T-shirt. I got one. It's the best. Glenn, there's a little plug for you.
I want a Rad Dads T-shirt.
Do you want one? I'll get you one. Can I get one early? Glenn,
wait, you can't have a dad one without being a dad.
yeah, actually, Kieran.
I'm not being a dad no time soon.
Back the bus up, buddy. Back the bus up, dude. Careful.
What if you got a bun in the oven, though?
Yeah, so chronologically, you grew up in Minamara. You went to school in the area. Good childhood surfing and stuff. You know, how old are you right now?
I'm 18.
18.
Yeah.
You've just signed up with Monarch as an amateur.
Yeah.
Do you think you're going to get turned pro soon?
Yeah, hopefully I'm filming a part for them, and if all goes to plan, later this year I should have a pro board.
Has there been talk of it?
There's been a little bit of talk. I don't really know what's going on behind the scenes, but yeah should be. Hopefully, that's what I'm hoping.
Nice, man. So you stayed in the States after the Olympics and just skated?
Yeah, I flew back. I was only supposed to fly back for about 2 weeks. And then I ended up cancelling my flight, and then next thing you know, Australia shut down. It was like so expensive, 20 grand for flights home, and I couldn't get home. What? So then I ended up
COVID flights.
Yeah, it was ridiculous, and then you had to pay another 3 grand to do the 2 weeks quarantine on top of that.
No way.
Yeah, so I was just like chilling over in America. What was for the best, honestly. I got out skating with Rhino, had so many connections. I was out filming every day, filmed a bunch of stuff, working on 3 projects right now. So
amazing.
Hoping for it to all come out.
What are the 3 projects you're working on?
I'm working for the Monarch Am video, and then while I'm out in Australia, actually, I'm filming an OJ part.
OJ Wheels?
Yep, OJ Wheels.
Yeah.
And then Ryan's filming a bit of that. Then I'm going to Melbourne and filming with Wade.
Yeah.
And then I've also been filming while I was in America. While I'm out here, in the future, I'm filming for a Monarch part.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sweet. Wow, you have got a lot going on, dude.
Yeah.
Dude.
Can we talk about that photo in Thrasher?
Yeah.
Are we allowed to talk about that?
Yeah, why not?
Sweet. Can you explain what happened with that one?
I got
the one into the
smoked.
tree?
That's what happened.
Well, can you explain what it is? Because obviously...
Yeah. So Rhino took me to this spot, and a BMXer had done it. He showed me, took me there just to see how messed up it was, and then I ended up giving it a gaze. It's like off a roof, like a downhill slanted roof, about a 1 meter gap into a tree that curves into grass, and at the bottom there's a pole with like a fence, so we had to pull the fence back, and you couldn't cut the wire above it, so I had to I had to duck under the wire.
That is insane.
Yeah.
I don't think the photo really shows that.
You could not see the pole in the photo.
Oh, that's no way.
But the pole was like one of the biggest factors, because when I would land on the grass, I would have to carve to the right.
Yep.
And that would send my back wheels backwards, so I went flying into the pole a few times. Yeah.
Amazing, dude.
So how many times did you go and do that?
I went there 4 times. The first 2 times we just got so smoked. The second time I couldn't even walk the next day. I was just destroyed. Hit my head a couple times, and then after that I went on a little vacation to Mexico, and I came back hungry, and we ended up putting a bit of concrete down the bottom because there was like a ditch right where I was trying to land, so my back wheels would get hung up in it every time and I'd get thrown forward. So we put a bit of concrete, just a tiny little slab, just so I could ride out. And then the first time I was riding out, but the pole was messing with me, and I couldn't like get the ride away I wanted, or like actually even ride away. And then I got smoked. And I went back the next day. I was hungry. I was like so keen to get it, and I think I did it like 4th try maybe.
Yeah, right.
And didn't take any slams that day. I was hyped.
Yeah, it's a good photo, and it was in the 500 issue.
Yeah,
of Fashion,
500
which is
issue.
epic.
Yeah, pretty stoked.
Gnarly.
Do you have a go-to physio?
Yeah, Baymed Scotty.
Oh,
Scotty from Baymed. He's
yeah,
a legend.
right. No
Yeah.
way. He's a legend, that guy. I do know him.
Yeah.
He's from Kiama originally, isn't he?
Yeah.
He used to work on me with my ankle.
Really? Yeah.
really
Yeah.
nice
So
guy.
I met him. I broke my leg a while ago when I was a little grommy, and I went into. My dad took me to Baymed because he didn't think it was broken. And Scotty's got me in there. I had a high pain tolerance. He's got me in there walking on it, moving it around. He's like, I think it's just like.
Scott Mutton. That's who it is, isn't it? Is it Scotty Mutton? Yeah, there you go.
And he's like, go get an X-ray just in case. He's get a call. He's like, yeah, come back in here. You need a boot. I was like, shit.
That happens all the time, though.
Yeah.
I remember I had a fracture in my ankle and didn't know. Thought it was okay, you know.
Yeah.
Next thing I know, I got like a cyst in the bone. So you do have to suss it out.
I went spiral fracture on my tibia. Oh, yeah.
It's heavy.
Didn't need surgery though, so I was hyped.
Nice. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're stoked on that. I guess like it's funny because it's kind of like I asked you that question because it's a bit of a sort of new generation thing. Like I know when I was younger, you would refuse injuries and you'd skate till literally your leg was proper snapped. Like you would never go to physios.
Yeah,
It had to be a proper break.
I never go to hospitals, but yeah, physio does the job usually. I've had a few broken wrists and just either just chuck my cast on because I know it's broken. I've just got one ready to go, or just physio and see like. Yeah. One time I went to physio and there was like all my ligaments were gone.
No.
So that one was fun. They could just move my bone around.
Oh, dude.
Just a couple of sticks and a bandage to sort it out, eh?
Yeah.
Got to pay to play.
Got a decent cast for that one.
Yeah.
Skated a few comps with it. I actually skated the nationals last year with 2 broken wrists.
No way.
Did you do any hand plants?
I did not.
plants.
I guess it just
Actually, no, I did a frontside invert. I did a frontside invert.
No
That's
way.
heavy.
Just up on
Yeah.
your fingers. Up on your,
Nah, that doesn't require that much pressure, and it was like just weird because like the cast was like right where I wanted to put my hand, so it felt weird, but I got used to it.
Did they shape the inside of the cast like coping shape?
Yeah, no, but I got them to make it like tiny. I got them to make it like so I could move my hands real good, so I could skate still and grab my board and stuff.
So rad, Kieran. Oh man, I'm just like, I must admit, I'm kind of living vicariously through you, you know. But I mean that as a compliment too. Like, now I'm going to ask you a bit of a serious question. Did you leave Australia a boy and come back a man?
You could say that. I
Do you
mean, I
feel
was
like
17 when I left, and that was 10 months
I don't
ago.
mean
Now
it in
I'm
a rude sense,
I know.
Ryan.
Now
You
I'm
know what I
18.
mean? Like, okay, I'm going to put it in more context. So, like, more like now you're more. Do you feel like you're more in control of your life? Like, you know, like more independent?
100%. Yeah. Like I spent the last 7 months by myself in America, just doing my own thing, having to like work out my money, do all that stuff, and yeah, it's like you learn a lot just traveling, getting the train, learning how to get out of situations, like going to Philadelphia with like Eric Winkowski and like Willis Kimball and all that. It's like you learn from them and you learn from everybody out there that you're hanging out around with, and it's just like amazing. And I had a really good support system out there. Had my Aussie friends, Adam, his kid Phoenix is killing it. And I actually got a girlfriend out there and her family's sick.
Cool.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Because, like, I can sort of sense it about you because I do know that when you are travelling, you have these moments of like, oh, I really am sort of on my own. Even though you got people around you, but, you know, different countries, different currencies, different ways of doing things, and you've just got to adapt on the fly, don't you?
Yeah, it's pretty sick. I look in my wallet this morning, and it's like I got American money, Mexico money, and Australia money.
Mr. Worldwide.
Mr. Worldwide. Did you love Mexico?
Mexico was hectic. Yeah, it was super fun. I stayed a crazy places like on the water. The water was so warm, crystal clear. I was going diving with like sharks and stingrays, seeing like the coolest stuff.
Yeah, amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also it is a different culture down there and different language. I mean, it's just something special about that place. But it's got this sort of like when you leave the resorts and stuff, it's kind of gnarly, hey?
Yeah, it's muy bien.
You got any other ones? Any other
Is
words?
that all you got?
I got a few. I'm not going to say any.
Very respectful.
Yeah, be respectful in all languages, please, Kieran, on this podcast. We're very professional here.
Yep.
Now, listen, I reckon we should break it up this episode. I want to do something a little bit different. We're gonna shoot over to Marlon's Trivia Corner.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yep,
No
yep,
more.
yep,
Wait,
yep.
some more. Just a bit more.
All right. Actually, I'm going to start with a question that something I just know. What's Bucky Lassig's first name? What's his real name?
Oh, man.
So I'm not asking the questions. This is just a warm-up question for Marlon because he's got hard questions.
Oh, Marlon's got to answer it, or I got to answer it?
I want you to
No,
answer
he's
it.
got the answer there. Like he's
I want to test you. What's Bucky Lassig's first name?
I got the worst memory ever. I have no clue. Charles. There
Charles.
Somehow he's got it
She-
on the dot.
Oh my God!
Do you remember we're videoing this too, boys? So
Yeah, Marlon. Do we need, are we in camera shot, Ryan?
yeah, you're in
Testing your professionalism here.
All right. I'm ready. Well then, I've got a pretty serious question. If you guys are ready,
Let's go.
names and nicknames. Question: inspired by the stage name of Public Enemy's DJ Terminator X, who nicknamed themselves Chickenator X? Was it Jeremy Rogers, Ethan Fowler, Tommy Guerrero, or Mario Rubalcaba?
Not a clue.
I'm guessing it was Jeremy.
Okay,
Rogers.
we'll go to Kieran first. You get and then you go to Ryan, then me.
I changed my name, Tommy Guerrero.
What do you think? Are you gonna have a guess?
Tommy Guerrero.
I'm gonna say Jeremy Rogers because he just thinks he's a woman magnet. Am I right?
You may be quite accurate there. However, it is Tommy Guerrero.
Thanks, Ryan.
Chickenator X.
Give me another one. I want to beat Ryan. I want to be
Let's see. Here
better.
we
I
go,
want to
here we
beat
go.
Ryan.
You're not beating Ryan. No chance.
No, he's
That's
such a nerd and slappy legend.
Cool nerd.
There's some tricky ones. So here we go. Tricks of the trade. In 1990, which professional skateboarder won $1,000 in a high ollie contest for ollieing 2 feet and 9 inches? I'm not sure if that's high or across. Was it Danny Way, Sal Barbier, Matt Hensley, or Chris Markovich?
This one, 90. Ooh,
13
all
years
those-
before I was born.
Give me
Not sure,
again.
yeah.
Danny Way, who was
Hensley
it?
was already retired.
Hensley. Well,
Was he?
he
Or
was
maybe
on his
not
way
quite.
out. No, Questionable came out in 1991, and then they had a tribute to Hensley in that. So he probably was out.
Maybe it was Henley.
I was hoping you were going to say Donga or Sean Sheffy, but they're not in there.
I think this is
I'm going
before.
to go Chris Markovich.
I'll go Hensley.
The answer is, even though it was well before me and Kieran were born, Matt Hensley.
Oh,
Yep.
give me one more. Damn it.
He wants one more.
Okay. Well, that was 1990. What year were you born, Kieran?
2003.
Dude, I was in Mexico in 1999, partying like you were.
Yep.
I would have been 4
Muy
years
bien.
old.
Oh,
Muy bien.
oh God, everyone's Spanish now, Mexican. Okay.
I've got a really
When were
good
you
one.
born, Marlon?
I was born in 1995.
It's a good year. It's a good year.
Did you want to know my birth time?
No.
That's a good answer. All right, are you guys ready
Okay,
for
go,
a
go, I'm
wild
ready.
card?
Wild,
This
all
is
right.
weird. I'm going to say something though. If Ryan gets this and I get it wrong, whoever gets this wrong between me and Ryan, one of us has got to do 10 push-ups.
This is actually a really good one, and I think it would be hard.
Fine.
It's a serious show, Ryan.
This question, I'm just going to dive in there.
Let's go.
Okay. In 1990, who was handed the honour of Thrasher Magazine's first ever Skater of the Year
I know this
award?
No.
Dude, you can't ask me. I know.
I didn't ask you.
You might as well do 10
What-
push-ups.
what are the
just
names?
X's. I was stretching my mouth. I didn't say anything.
Shannon,
Can you
could
do claps in between the
Go,
push-ups? for
go.
me,
Give me
please?
the thing.
All right. You want to
Go.
give it just a
No, give us the options. What are the
Oh,
options?
unfortunately, there are no options.
I feel like I should know
I got
this.
no chance.
Don't tell me. Don't tell me. Ryan, don't
Just
say
guess.
anything. Sure, it wasn't Danny White. No, don't.
Have a guess, Kieran. Just have a guess.
Go, Kieran. Does Kieran know him? now
Yeah,
as an
maybe,
older
actually,
skater?
maybe.
Yes.
Is it
I would
Tony,
know
is
him.
it Tony Hawk?
Yeah.
Is it Tony Hawk?
It is Tony Hawk. That is correct.
Yes, Ryan,
Really?
10 push-ups.
I knew it was Tony Hawk.
Tony Hawk got first ever
Really?
skater of the
Yeah,
year.
he did.
Luckily, Ryan is an
Thrash and Mag
absolute
skater of the year.
unit, so he'll be able to do
Epic.
10 push-ups in just one.
Speaking of influences, like who would you regard as your greatest skating influences of all time?
Like
Callum?
people I know or just in general?
In people you know, or just in general. Like, so for me, if you ask me, I'd say Guy Mariano, Mark Gonzalez.
Yeah.
Okay, but they're an era well before you. Like,
John Cardio, GT, and Jack.
nice,
Yeah.
good options.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you, Marlon? Who would you regard as your
And
greatest?
Pedro Delfinos.
Yeah, dude, that guy.
He's insane.
Heavy. He's
Just
psycho.
no fear.
He's
Yeah.
a psychopath.
Psycho Pedro.
Yeah.
And he's he's an amazing surfer as well, isn't he? Like, or am I thinking of someone else?
He surfs pretty good, I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
Yeah. But
Karen Caples is the is the
Karen's real
punch.
good.
Yeah, he's a real
He
style
does,
cat.
and he like, you know how sometimes when you see like a surfer who skates, they have a weird surf style, and then a skater who surfs, they just look weird on a surfboard.
We can.
He does them both, like blends them perfectly.
That's
I think you're talking about Grayson Fletcher.
no, it's not Grayson. It's definitely a Pedro, I believe. I remember seeing footage of.
Barros,
Yeah, maybe.
Brazilian.
the Brazilian, he surfs pretty good.
Yeah, man. He charges as well.
How did it feel to beat Pedro Barros at the Olympics?
I didn't beat
Didn't you
him.
beat him? No, he came third. You got fifth. Didn't
Yeah,
you?
no, he came second. No, I don't even know what he came.
Have you ever beat him in a bowl comp? Pedro Barros.
Don't think I have, no.
Okay, just checking.
Pedro's too good.
He's good.
No, I'm coming for him though.
Just checking.
I would have to say that probably my biggest skateboarding influence, like someone I watched again and again and again. I started really skating like 2007, I'd say. That's when I was really getting into it, and that's when Fully Flared came out. And Mark Johnson's 3-song part and the tricks, man, the trick selection, like the
So MJ. Who's your guy?
MJ, man. And I actually heard, I remember watching, I can't remember what it was, but he said he actually didn't go to the premiere.
Really?
Yeah, that's right. He was kind of bummed
He's on the
it, I think.
eccentric side, MJ.
He's a unique
I love
dude.
him.
He's very creative, and he always seems very stimulated and engaged in, he's always like,
Outspoken.
yeah. I like the way he articulates himself. And he's a funny dude. He's got an interesting personality, and it shows in his skating. And I think that was something that connected with me.
I can see why you like him.
He's
Are
also
you
just
right?
gnarly.
Ed.
Ed Templeton. Yeah, that makes sense.
Templeton.
Isn't it funny? Like, you remind me of Ed Templeton, right? I remind myself of Guy Mariano.
Yeah, that's fair.
Not just like how I skate, but how I look.
Yeah. You're the same heritage.
Yeah, like there's the Mediterranean vibe. Like when I first watched him in Blind Video Days, when that first came out, he was a 13-year-old little Italian kid, and I was like, I'm a 13-year-old little Italian kid, Maltese Italian. But what about you? Like, I can see a bit of Mark Johnson in you.
MJ, no pop, nollie, bigger spins on flat in the middle of a line. That's amazing. Who else is allowed to get away with that? No one these days. But MJ, he can do whatever he wants.
We love MJ. Quick, give us one more question, and then I've got some. Like, I've got to get back to serious interviewing of Kieran. Like, we're gonna really just get to the
current
the
affairs.
hard stuff.
This is
The gnarly
This
stuff.
is a cool question, and this could be for everyone. All right, so we got one about a video. So, in what video does Heath Kirchart and Terry Kennedy share a part together in Baker Bootleg, Baker 2G, Sight Unseen, or 411 Video Magazine number 50?
I know that one.
It's not 411. I mean, it's not
You
2G.
you could guess.
It's
'cause
sight unseen.
No.
Which one was it? 2G.
Make it 2G.
Baker
How did I
2G.
miss that?
Ryan Grant, another point.
Man,
Ryan's
I
too
really
good
thought
at
I was
it.
going to be better at
Yeah.
this game than Ryan. I just want to be better than Ryan at something.
Did we want one more for now?
Just one more
Just one
until I beat Ryan.
This could be a good one. All right, but Ryan could. Anyway, let's dig in. Which New Deal pro started a wheel brand in 1994 called the Golden State Wheel? Was it Ed Templeton, Rick I. Bassetta, Justin Gerard, or Ron Kingi?
Ron Kimchi?
Kinigi.
Oh, Ron Kinigi, yeah. Oh, God,
I don't actually know this one, so
I'm going
Be
to
a
throw a
guess.
Hail Mary and say... Oh, no, who was the first one?
Ed Templeton,
Oh,
right?
Ed Templeton. No, he didn't ride. New Deal. He never rode for New Deal. I don't know.
Did you want me to repeat those names one more time?
No, just tell us the answer.
The answer is Justin Girard.
Justin Girard. There we go. There we go. So, Kieran, let's get back to you, because there's a few more things I want to know about you.
Sounds good.
Okay, so you went to Mexico and had some chill time.
Yep.
All right, and then tell us about the Tampa event. So, it's a pretty epic event.
Tampa was so damn fun.
Okay.
It was like a lifetime experience for sure. Everybody in the skateboarding industry that's an AM is pretty much there. It's pretty crazy to see. There was like a team of like 100 Japanese people that were all like next level. It's crazy. And then there's all the Americans, Brazilians, people from all around the world. It was really cool. All my mates were there. And we were kind of just like, I skated the bowl jam. It was on the first day. And I was just having fun. I rocked up. I had a really bad toothache, so I was on ibuprofens because I found out later I had to get a root canal. I had like a real bad tooth infection.
Been on them lollies, mate.
And basically, yeah, I was just like, I rocked up late, and then they said it was in like runs. So like they started doing runs, and I was like, this is boring. Like, let's just get a jam going. So I like talked to my mates, and we all just like went in at the same time, and it turned into a jam. So that was super sick. And then from there, it just like everybody was in the bowl. It was just go, go, go. And I was just out there having fun, trying shit.
In that jam, is that when you did the backside boneless off the wall?
Yeah, backside boneless off the wall. I did like a nollie backside flip and a few other things over the hip.
The nollie backside flip.
Thank
That was
you.
good.
Yeah, it looked tricky. Like the angle was hard too.
Yeah, it was weird. It just kind of worked somehow.
Do you just have to hope that it's going to be under your feet with that nollie trick? Like I just never do any nollie or flip tricks. I just stay well away from that. Do you just have to hope for the best?
I don't know. They were just
what's the
working.
secret?
I tried like one, and I like could have landed it first try, and then like a few tries later, I just rode away. I was like, oh, sick.
Nice, man.
And like on one of the attempts, I like rode away and like collided into someone. It's pretty funny.
But that happens, right? Like same with the Olympics. Like people bump into people at the skate park, and you're just like, sorry, man, and it's all good. It's all
Yeah,
good.
everybody. But there was like 3 people in this tiny bowl at one time, and everybody's chasing each other. It was fun.
Yeah, that is exciting.
Yeah.
So you actually won which event there? Like the bowl jam?
Bowl jam, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and that was on the first night. Then I think I turned 18 the next night, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So,
So you turned 18 in Florida?
yeah,
At Tampa?
yeah, at Tampa, it was
So
fun.
I heard it's like a full-on party
Dude,
there.
it was crazy. Like, well, yeah, it was next level.
Do you ever think you'll make it out to the Copenhagen?
Yeah, I'm going to go to Copenhagen next year. Oh, well, this year. Yeah.
Dang, man.
I'm stoked.
So do your sponsors just pay for all your flights?
Yeah, most of them.
Yeah?
Yeah, if they want me there, they'll
Yeah,
usually
okay.
pay.
They'll pay.
Yeah.
There's never any like conjecture around like...
Oh, well, I pay for flights if like I'm going to Mexico, it's just me, or like I've paid for my flight home and stuff like that. But now I just signed with Monster, so I go travel budget with them.
Business class?
No,
Business
I
class.
don't have that much money.
Straight to first class.
You're telling me Monster's not paying for business class tickets?
Nah.
Man, Monster, if you hear this, give me the business class. But anyway, so after, look, it doesn't matter about business class. Like, we're short dudes. Like, we don't need business class.
Nah.
So after Tampa, where'd you go from there? Like, what was the next step?
Tampa, I flew back to Cali, and then I was chilling in Cali for a second. I think I went to San Francisco. I did like a Monarch trip into San Fran. That was so fun. Just like bombed hills, went to like Lower Bob's, like Treasure Island, all those insane DIYs. Like we got an Airbnb and just like we were all posted up like right in the middle of the city. It was super cool.
Yeah.
And then from there I went back to Cali, and then went out to Philadelphia for like a Red Bull contest, and that was, dude, Philadelphia and Tampa are like my 2 favorite places.
That's
Yeah, so
interesting.
fun.
Like, what did you like about Philadelphia like so much? What was
I don't know. I just had like, it was me, Eric Winkowski, Willis Campbell, CJ Collins, like a heap of us, and we were just kind of skating every day. yeah, and we're just skating all day, every day. Would be going out and playing pool till 5 a.m. and just like...
So it's just a good crew.
Yeah.
And everyone was psyched.
Yeah, everybody was psyched.
Like, are you surprised at what Eric Winkowski can do on those old school shape
He's
boards?
insane, and he's the sickest human.
Is he?
Yeah, he's super cool.
Just like a chiller? He
Just
seems like
super
a-
chill. Yeah, it's just super chill. But like, if he gets fired up, you don't want to be on his bad side. He is gnarly.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, he's super chill. Just like drops in, does the most insane stuff.
Yeah, like lots of street skating in Philly, or
Yeah,
just parks.
lots of street skating. We went out to BAMS one day.
Oh, how was
super
that?
Cool. Yeah, the castle's insane.
Is it?
Yeah,
Did you meet Bam?
I did not meet Bam, but yeah,
Yeah.
it was super cool.
Because I heard anyone can just rock up to Bam's place and skate. Have you?
I don't know about that. I think we had to get permission, but
Yeah.
yeah.
I heard he had some big party where he just like put it on his Instagram.
Oh yeah, probably.
Did you hear about that?
Probably.
Like
That makes sense.
thousands of people turned out, and but also that park he built looks like it's super big. Like the trainings are really
The
big.
inside park is
Yeah.
messed up. It's so fun though. Like we skated there for probably like 5 or 6 hours, and we were just like chilling there. Nobody really got into it like real gnarly. Nobody like started hawking, but we were all just messing around.
Yeah. It looks kind of hard to skate for like. Unless you're kind of at an advanced level, because it just looks like it's got really short, like sort of flat bottoms and into
Yeah.
big trannies, and you've got to be going 100 miles an hour sort of
Yeah,
stuff.
and then I got to skate FDR as well.
was that
FDR
like?
was sick.
Was it kind of sketch as well with the
FDR is super sketch.
with the concreting and stuff like that?
And it was honestly concreted pretty well.
Yeah.
It's just both times we skated because it was super cold in Philly. It was winter.
Yeah, right.
It was like a bit wet, so it was like I remember my mate he just like rolled in, went to carve the big wall, and it was all wet. He didn't realize and just smacked his dome so hard. First run, just
Yeah, crazy. So listen, man. After that, you did Philly with that crew. Went back to Southern California.
yeah.
What'd you do? More training, chilling, skating.
Somewhere in there, I went to Portland.
Oh, yeah.
Portland was sick.
Nice.
Portland was super fun. Just bombed hills again. Had like really sick time. And skated the gnarliest parks, and then that was my first Monarch trip actually.
Okay.
And then in between that, it was kind of just keeping it mellow and trying to film with Rhino as much as I can, getting out, getting clips. I was shooting for an interview with Rhino, so we were just kind of just every day trying to get as many clips and photos as we could.
Nice. Who was your first ever sponsor? First ever
Surfing or
skateboarding?
Skateboarding, Mondo Deluxe.
It was Mondo Deluxe. I knew it.
Yeah.
So and like was that Ryan's doing? Did you organise that sponsorship for Kieran?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
organised that. So our shop didn't have a lot of skate stuff, but Adam, who was my manager, Adam Lingard, who's been local for a long time, we both love skating, so we just wanted boards.
Yeah.
Like, oh, if you got a shop, you got to have a team.
Yeah.
So we met Kieran and we're like, oh, he
Yeah.
rips.
And didn't
then
you,
he went full fucking ballistic.
didn't you build a quarter pipe upstairs?
Yeah, that was rad because we weren't supposed to. We were renting and we had a quarter pipe vert wall up the top, box. Yeah, a little indoor setup.
Yeah, we'll go and scan that like once a week. It was so fun.
Yeah.
Does someone need the toilet key over there? No. I thought Toby was like, I need the toilet key. Oh, okay. So I've got a live audience here. It's awesome. Yeah, man. And then pretty much back to Australia. That was your time.
Yeah, I actually did one last trip to Mexico before I came back here.
Just for chilling.
Yeah, so actually I was supposed to fly back.
Is that how much you liked it?
Yeah, so fun.
Did you go with your girlfriend?
Yeah, I did. Both times. It was good.
Good for you, man.
Yeah. But, so my girlfriend and I were actually supposed to be flying back. It was like just on the first of the year. And she realized she can't, like, the day before she was supposed to fly, and then we did a COVID test anyway because you had to get a COVID test to get on a plane.
Yeah, right.
And she came back positive.
No.
Meaning I couldn't get on the plane, so we both had to. She cancelled her flight, and I changed my flight.
stuck in Mexico sounds terrible.
Oh no, this was before we went to Mexico. This
Before we
is
went to
in
Mexico,
America.
that sucks. Sorry.
And then we're there. I wait 14 days, and then I go take another test, go to get on my plane again, and then I test positive. So I'm like, damn it.
Did you feel sick though? Or was it just asymptomatic?
I had little symptoms, had like a blocked nose and like a mild cough. It was pretty chill though. I was like go out surfing most mornings. It was cool. Yeah. And then from there that meant I wasn't able to get on a plane for 14 days, and my ESTA was up in 9 days. So I was like stressing. I was like, I don't know what to do. I was like calling a bunch of people. I was like, call these people. That would be like, call these people, and it was just stupid. But we ended up getting onto someone, and I got my ESTA extended just before I needed to. So then I was kind of just like, oh well, I'm here. I got 30 more days. I may as well use it. So then ended up planning a trip to Cozumel down in Mexico. Went across Tijuana border, got on a plane there, flew to New Mexico, went down the coast flew to a little island called Cozumel, and then when we were there, ended up. I brought a heap of Monarch boards, a heap of OJ wheels and stuff like that. We put flyers out at the skate park, and we just went to the local park, got the one skate shop on the island to like bring down the speaker. He also brought a quarter pipe, and like he was on the mic just talking Spanish, and it was so cool. If we saw a cool trick, we would hand out a board. It was insane. Awesome. The kids were frothing. Just afterwards, they were all like, "This is the best day of our lives. Thank you so much." And then they all like came in contact with me on Instagram, and then we ended up getting another session at the other park on the island. So it was super cool.
Changing lives, man.
Yeah, it was a great experience.
Yeah, totally, dude. Yeah, you're very approachable in your nature as well. Like, I think they'd pick up on that, easy to talk to and sort of
Thank
friendly.
you.
It's good quality, I reckon.
Cheers.
But like you were talking about how you had to work all that stuff out with COVID and stuff, like it kind of gets back to what I was saying in regards to, that's like almost like that's when you're starting to really grow up, having to deal with these problems and think on your toes and make big decisions like that. And that's sort of what I was meaning by, you left a boy, came back a man, because you were putting these out of your comfort zone. So it's really cool.
Sure.
Love it, man.
Yeah.
So listen, bro, I ask all guests to come with a cause, something they want to support or advocate for, like a charity or of the like.
Yeah.
What do you got for us?
Black Dog Mental Health Institute.
Sweet, brother.
Yeah,
So
they're legends. I've worked for them for about 2 years now. Go to schools, talk to kids about mental health, and do all that jazz. And it's amazing. Get to talk to so many amazing kids and hopefully change lives.
Rad, Kieran.
Yeah.
Like, how are you going with the public speaking? Because obviously, you're getting probably more requests. You've probably had to deal with media.
Yeah.
How you feeling about it? You seem confident.
Yeah, I think I've gotten a lot better. Before Tokyo, I was definitely nervous. I did a heap of interviews leading up to Tokyo, and that got my confidence up, I feel like. And then now it's just pretty chill.
Yeah. No, it's good, man.
Yeah.
Practice, Good.
Practice makes perfect.
How do you deal with nerves, Marlon?
Man, you just got to rock the nerves. You've got to inform people that you're nervous. You're like, man, I'm feeling the jitters. Just give me a second. Also, sip water can make it seem like you're talking for longer.
Sip water.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Kieran's ready, prepared.
Yes, Kieran.
But yeah, I reckon you just rock what you're feeling, because what else can you do? Because people pick up on when you try to mask things, and I don't know. But at the same time, you're very young, Like, I'm sure it's interesting experiencing.
It's not that young.
Well, I mean, in the grand scheme of things, I think that you're experiencing a lot at such a young age, and it is interesting to think about what that would do to your mental health. So I think it's a great thing to be working closely with that kind of crew.
Yeah.
Like, I think it'll really come in handy.
Yeah, it's definitely helped me. Like, I've had stages where I'm like, actually, it's helped myself, like, from what I've learnt from doing that stuff.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's super cool.
Dude, it's good. And I think now more than ever, we need to be advocating for mental health strategies, given the state of the world and what's going on and these various forms of isolation that people are dealing with.
100%.
I think you've picked a beautiful cause, so thank you. And if you scroll down in this episode, you'll find a link to the Black Dog Institute, as advocated by Kieran Woolley, along with, I'm going to put some links to some clips of Kieran that are out there. Might put a link to some of his more recent skate parks, maybe a clip of him knocking over the cameraman. Seems like everyone loves that. I don't know.
How could you not?
So if you scroll down and You'll find this episode on terriblehappytalks.com and all the major podcasting platforms such as Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Buzzsprout, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, and a few others, whatever platform you like to listen on. Always helps if you subscribe and leave a review. Helps with the algorithm, someone told me, but I don't really care. I'm just stoked that you're listening, so thank you. And next thing I want to ask you, Kieran, like, what's next for you, my brother?
Next, I'm going back to America, moving out there, going to start renting a place. I go in about a month, so I actually surprised my parents when I came back here. They didn't know I was coming, so I just got on a plane and rocked up, knocked on the door.
Was that a deliberate move?
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
Well, I planned it like a few days before. I was like, yeah, that sounds cool. I'm going to do that.
So what, you actually arrived in Australia before you told your family?
Yeah, I knocked on the door. They had no clue.
Way. Dude. Well, did your mum cry?
Yeah, Mum was stoked. Daniel had just got on the train, my little brother. So
Where was he going?
He was going into Wollongong to skate. So my mate called him. He's like, "Yo, what are you doing?" Daniel's like, "I'm going to Wollongong to skate." He's like, "Get off the train. I'll give you a lift in." I was hiding in the back of the car.
No.
And my mate was filming it. It was the best clip. He lost his mind.
That is so sick, man.
Yeah.
So nice.
But I'm going.
What's next?
Yeah, so I'm going back to America. Going to start renting a place with my girlfriend and a few of her friends. I'm going to Japan for X Games, and then probably start up the World Skate competitions. I'm going to hopefully get this Monarch footage released, the AM video released in the next month, OJ video the month after, and then a few months after that, hopefully my Monarch part comes out.
Told you, man.
Sick.
Hardest working skateboarder in the world at the moment.
Yeah, man.
Trying to.
Dude, keep going, man.
Thank
We're
you
all
so
cheering
much.
for you, bro. Like, you know, this is your home area, and it's kind of like when you succeed, man, we all succeed. Like, everyone's really cheering for you because, like, you're such a good human. So we're stoked for you, brother. Keep
Thank
doing
you.
it.
Cheers.
The other thing I wanted to sort of mention or ask was when you go back to the States, like, how important as an Australian skateboarder is it to place yourself in America and near the industry and where it's all happening?
You can do it in Australia, it just makes it a lot harder. America is the place to be if you want to become a professional skater. Put it that way, it's just getting in with the right people. Your contracts then start to be in American dollars, what's just that is better in itself. So, yeah, and the sponsorships roll in with more money and just being seen as an American skateboarder instead of like an Aussie kid. All the spots, Americans, they tend to like see an Australian spot like, oh, it's probably easy to skate. It's not, but like at least in America when you skate a spot, they're like, oh damn, that thing's gnarly. Even though the rails in America are way lower.
Yeah, it seems like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I reckon Smiths
In
Hill.
videos.
I reckon Smiths Hill 14, Smiths Hill High 14. Like I reckon that steps up Hollywood High 16. Man, you can't muck around Smiths Hill.
Man, I'm not going anywhere near that thing. Oh, I don't even want to walk down it. Ryan, do you want to walk down it?
No.
You just want to do slappies on the bottom step?
Slappy down it.
We'll wax it up. Let's go.
Firecracker.
Well, I reckon you could firecracker.
For sure.
No way, dude.
Yeah.
That's gnarly.
Who's
Give
that
it a
guy
shot.
who firecracked El Toro? Madar's Apps? Or how do you say his name?
Oh, Madras. Oh, that, yeah.
Ragdoll probably did it before him too.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
We're going back into skate now. That's about that.
Were you stoked on Ryan's pole jam today at Helensburgh?
Dude, it was sick.
It's pretty sick, eh?
Yeah.
Ryan?
It was not sick.
Is that the one
Yes,
with
it
the
was.
ledge?
You did it like 5 times.
Dude.
It was sick as.
Come on, Ryan. Let love
I
in.
think Kieran's clip was gnarlier and better, so
I don't know about that.
I'm pretty sure it was.
It's all
we can't talk
subjective.
about it. That's going to be in the OJ
No,
video.
that's right.
Yes, Kieran. Stack clips.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think of saying like stack clips, not something. Let's think of something like proactive, like stack clips, not
Smiling, he
not
can,
plastic.
he can use it.
Man, he's got to stack clips and stack steamed kale, vegetables, health, sleep properly, drink heaps of beers. He's got to balance it out, right?
Did you hear him rapping before?
Yeah, I did.
Go rap for us again.
Yeah,
Go,
that's
go,
it.
go,
I don't know. I've got
rap,
some
rap.
talk.
Go,
All
go.
We've got the beat. Kieran's here.
Rap us out.
He's
Rap
singing
us
in
out.
my ear. He's talking about kale. He was telling me 2 years ago he could have gone to jail, but he's not. He's skating pretty hard. That's his job. He's just got to skate. He doesn't even need to question.
Taskmaster burst the
Yeah!
I think we'll leave it there, man. All right, man.
Thank you.
Mr. Kieran Woolley,
Yeah,
everybody.
so much for having me.
Cheers,
Cheers. Have a good day, everybody.
Thanks, Kieran.